Rice. He's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete.
Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be on the right.
Hawkers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he pulls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Quarter, 3 seconds, Semiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
The telecast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, Northern States Fishing Tools, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, NCC, Mackenzie County School District 1, TNT Measurements Incorporated,
Town Square Media, 96.1 FM.
Let's hear it for the Watford City Lady Wolves. Coach Tom Dwyer and his outstanding group of student athletes have battled all season long with grit, heart, and determination. And now they're competing in the 2026 NDHSAA Division A Girls Basketball State Tournament. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, the Lady Wolves have made Watford City proud with their teamwork and relentless effort on the court. The entire community is behind you as you take on the best in the state. Best of luck to Coach Dwyer and the Watford City Lady Wolves.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Hello and welcome to the Jamestown Civic Center as we are here for day number 2 of the 2026 Division A State Girls Basketball Tournament. One game has gone final so far today. It was a barn burner as Rugby gets by Devils Lake 57-55 in the first Consolation semifinal. We hope that we have just as competitive a game here as our next teams will be taking the floor shortly. It will be the Hazen Bison taking on the Watford City Wolves. Hazen comes in as the number 5 seed and Watford City the number 8 seed. My name is Titus Stenberg. Happy to have you aboard here today on GameDay Media and on Dakota Country 96.1. Big thanks to our premium sponsors, McKenzie County Public School District number 1, RTC Networks, and NCC. This time I'm going to welcome in my partner, Ross Sundin. Ross, what are you looking forward to here today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Titus. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward. We got 2 teams with some real history here. They've played 3 times. The first 2 times were fairly close games with Hazen coming out on top. They met in the regional championship, and Hazen really took it to the Wolves. So it'll be interesting to see what Watford City comes back with this afternoon.
Yes, it will be. As both teams take the floor, I think they're ready to go. A little bit of disappointment yesterday, kind of different ways that they were disappointed. Watford City losing by 50, Hazen losing by 2. And so we'll see a fresh day. Everybody starts out 0-0.
They start out 0-0, and maybe a new day, new dawn, new day. We just had the first seeding upset when we watched Rugby take it to Devil's Lake. Got it by 2 in the end.
Yeah.
And of course now we have the number 8 and the number 5 seed, so Watford City looking to be the spoiler here.
That's right. Then they could be. They know Hazen extremely well. As Ross mentioned, this will be the 4th matchup of the season between these 2 teams. I want to welcome you into your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Hagen Equipment is your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. Coming up on our Hagen Equipment pregame show, we're going to visit with both head coaches, if we're able to, Tom Dwyer of Watford City, Patty Mossett of Hazen. And then we will have our starting lineups. And we'll have a spotlight player for both teams, and then we'll be all set for tip-off here between the Hazen Bison and the Watford City Wolves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some state tournament high school girls basketball here from Jamestown. We'll be back. We'll have your Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company coaches' comments right after this 1-minute timeout.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small-town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. I'm Ross Sundin. We're looking forward to Coach's comments with Titus Stenberg. He's currently making his way over. Going to try and catch a word with Patty Mossett. Patty Mossett leading our Hazen Bison this year to an undefeated season in Region 4. They look real strong. They had a great game yesterday. I see Titus is with Patty right now. Titus, take it away.
Thank you very much, Ross. Yes, I'm here with Hazen head coach Patty Mossett. Coach, a really good effort yesterday against a really good Kindred team. You ended up just coming up 2 points short. How did you evaluate that ball game?
Yeah, a couple of bad bounces here and there, and we came a little bit tight that first quarter. Hazen hadn't been to the state tournament since before some of those girls were born. The rest of them were toddlers the last time we were in the state tournament, so I kind of expected a few jitters. And I suppose that little lead we gave them right from the start probably came back to haunt us in the end, but, it's how you learn.
And you get 2 more games guaranteed by making that state tournament. Obviously, you'd rather be playing in the evening instead of in the afternoon, but here you are with a chance to punch your ticket to a Consolation championship matchup. A familiar opponent. Get any more familiar than with the Watford City Wolves? What's it going to take to beat the Wolves for a 4th time this year?
Well, hard work. I expect it to be gritty basketball, just like it has been before. So expect to play some tough defense, and I would imagine they'll do the same. You know how it is after 4 games. You pretty much know everybody's name, address, social security number. You know how it is. He studied a lot of film, so yeah, we'll just see who's got more.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you for joining us here. Congratulations on making it to state, and have some fun today and tomorrow.
Thanks.
There you have it, the Hazen coach, Patty Mossett, as she gets her girls ready to go in this Consolation semi. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you, Titus. Yeah, we hear Patty Mossett talk a little bit about tendencies, and I'm sure they've all had an opportunity to study the film. Certainly no strangers. I thought Coach Mossett sounded maybe a little subdued. I'm sure she had a lot to say last night during that close stretch. It was quite a game against Kindred, and Hazen, no need to hang their head. They played an excellent ball game, and I wouldn't expect anything different from them this afternoon. Titus is with Coach Tom Dwyer. We're going to turn it over to you, Titus.
Awesome. Thank you, Ross. Here with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer. Coach, you start there against South Prairie Max, and then you responded well, but after it was 13-9, South Prairie Max kind of put the away from that point. How do you evaluate that ball game?
Yeah, it's in the past. We're over it.
I understand. Now you do have 2 more games left to go here in this season, and the next one is against as familiar of an opponent as you could ask for, with the Hazen Bison, matching up with them for the 4th time. What's it going to take to get over the hump and beat the Bison here today?
The Hazen Bison, they're good defensively, so, I think they've done a good job of pressuring us in a way that, kind of takes us out of our rhythm. And so, I've just talked to the team about making sure, hey, we're always at our best when we make sure we're moving the ball. And we're finding ways to do that. So the way Hazen's playing, that's the biggest key for us right now. We're just making sure that, if they're taking away the easy pass, then you're cutting through to create a gap so we can attack or go get a teammate open so we can move the ball from side to side. And I think when we do that, we tend to do a better job offensively. And when we do a good job offensively, our team seems to thrive. We love it, right? So that's probably the biggest part of our game plan today.
And sounds good. When it comes to Hazen, did you see anything different of them when they were playing against a really good Kindred team yesterday?
No, exact same thing. So I don't expect them to do anything new, especially at this point. So I think we'll see the exact same thing. They beat us 3 times, so I'm sure they're confident that they can do the same thing. So, they won't do anything new.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Congratulations on making it to the state tournament, Coach. Best of luck here this afternoon.
Thank you.
There you have it. That's Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer as part of our Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company coaches' comments. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you, Titus. Well, there you hear it from a subdued Tom Dwyer. Again, no stranger to the Hazen Bison. 2 totally different coaching philosophies. Patty Mossett, pretty animated. Tom, pretty level-headed and subdued, not too animated. They know what it takes on the X's and O's to get it done. Coincidentally, Watford City only 3 losses in Region 4 this year, all of those coming to the Hazen Bison. Patty Moss's team, perfect through the season, took the shortcut here by winning a Region 4. So a little wind out of their sails after the Kindred game. It'll be interesting to see which team now has enough left in the tank. I mean, make no mistake, this tournament format's a grind. Some of these teams have prepared for it by getting into some tournament play this year during the regular season, and this is what they've played for. This is going to be their opportunity to shine, and we'll see who's in the better condition.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Ross. You played producer there as well. You've been a PA and a public address announcer. You've been the play-by-play announcer, and now you're producer, along with your expert color commentary. There we go. Those are our coaches' comments, brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. We're just a little over 10 minutes away from the opening tip-off for the 4th time this year between the Hazen Bison and the Watford City Wolves. Stick around. We'll have more of your Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this 1-minute timeout.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center as we're here for the Consolation semifinals between the 5th-seeded Hazen Bison and the 8th-seeded Watford City Wolves. During this time, we are going to take a look at our TNT Measurements Player Spotlight. I want to thank TNT Measurements for sponsoring this Player Spotlight segment. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement when you want it measured right. Contact TNT Measurements. For the Hazen Bison, we're going to put Lauren Dahl into the Player Spotlight. She averages 16.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 3.8 steals. She's made 47 threes on the season. She gave it everything she had yesterday in that quarterfinal round, and she's a fun player to watch, isn't she, Ross?
She certainly is. She's an absolute hustler. And in addition to all those credentials, I believe Lauren Dahl also has the most points scored in a Hazen Bison basketball game with 31.
Okay, yep.
And so she can get it done on both ends of the floor, and we saw that yesterday. Defensively, she was just a terror.
Yeah. Kindred is such an interesting matchup for so many different teams, and they've obviously won way more games than they've lost, and Hazen took them right down to the wire. And in one moment there, Lauren Dahl gave them a 3-point lead late in the 4th quarter, and she was so fired up after that. She's such an emotional player where she has fun. You can tell she's having fun when she's out there, and when things are going their way, it's a big reason why. It's usually the contributions of that outstanding junior Lauren Dahl. Most of this Hazen team is coming back next year, and she is one of them. She is just a junior, and she will be a player to watch for here today and into next season. For the Watford City Wolves, we're going to put Bailey Matson into the TNT Measurements Player Spotlight here this afternoon. Bailey has been so steady, so consistent over her career. Started playing as an 8th grader, and now she's down to her final 2 games in a Watford City Wolves uniform. This will be the penultimate one, with tomorrow for Watford City and their fans, hopefully in the 5th place game. If they aren't able to beat Hazen, it'll be in the 7th place game. But these 4 seniors will be wearing their uniforms for one last time tomorrow. Before we get to tomorrow, we get through today, and Bailey Matson's made 43 three-pointers so far this season. She averages over 13 points per game, over 5 rebounds per game, 2 assists, and 2.2 steals per game. And she's really a key piece to this year's Wolves team.
Absolutely, she is. You know, Bailey Matson, has just been fun watching her mature as a person and as a player over these last 4 years. The one thing that always impresses me about her is she's a quiet leader. She leads by example. You know, when you talk about Lauren Dahl and the emotion that she brings to the floor, you won't see a lot of that out of Bailey Matson, but what you will see is someone with a lot of work ethic and a great relationship with her teammates.
Absolutely. There you have it, our TNT Measurements player spotlights. Lauren Dahl for Hazen and Bailey Matson for Watford City. As we roll on with our Hagen Equipment pregame show, we want to thank Hagen Equipment. That's your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. Yeah, this gives us a chance to check out our Patriot Fuels starting lineups. Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all of your fueling needs. A familiar 5 for both of these teams. For Hazen, they go with 4 juniors and a senior. Miranda Mossett, Macy Vanenwagen, Lauren Dahl, Ava Jungers, the lone senior, and Emily Keller for head coach Patty Mossett. On the other side, for the Watford City Wolves, their familiar 5 will go this way. The 2 sophomores in the backcourt, Annabelle Bond and Harley Jacobson. And then the 3 seniors, Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, and Miley Roan for Watford City and their head coach, Tom Dwyer. Tom is assisted by Trini Morgan, Riley Fowler, Sydney Headings, and Pat Wagenex. There are our starting 5 for this matchup. So again, the winner will get rugby in the 5th place game tomorrow. That'll be played around 11:45. The loser of this game is going to be playing some early basketball. It'll be a 10 a.m. start for the 7th place game, and that will be between the loser of this ball game taking on the Devils Lake Firebirds tomorrow right here in Jamestown.
Breakfast and basketball.
Breakfast and basketball, that's right. Now the 7th, that's the 7th place game. The 5th place game is kind of more like brunch and basketball. We're looking at around 11:45 of a start for that one. And the reason why those games are getting started earlier is because the championship rounds will be played a little bit earlier, as that's the way that they have done it now with the A and B tournaments running simultaneously. The State B going on up in Minot right now. So the 3rd place game down here in Jamestown will be starting earlier so that the championship game can be played at 5 o'clock, and then they'll play the State B championship game up in Minot after that. So the 2 semifinals, the championship semifinals, will be tonight in Jamestown, a 6:30 start between Thompson and Valley City, and then it'll be South Prairie Max versus Kindred in the 4th and final game of the day, the 2nd semifinal from the State A. Once again, the schedule for tomorrow: 7th place game at 10 a.m., 5th place game at 11:45, the 3rd place game at 3 o'clock with the championship at 5 o'clock. And tomorrow's coverage on Game Day Media will be the Watford City Wolves game, whether they're playing the 5th or 7th place game, and then the championship game starting at 5 o'clock. Whoever is in that one, we are going to be covering it on Game Day Media. So again, we want to welcome our friends listening to us on the radio on Dakota Country 96.1 KYYZ, 96.1 FM, also online at dakotacountry961.com. We are just about 3 minutes away from the opening tip-off between the Wolves and the Bison for the 3rd, make that the 4th time this year. And not only is it the 4th different meeting between these two, it is the 4th different location that this game has been played. First meeting was in Watford City, second one was in Hazen, the 3rd one was in Fort Yates, and now this one will be in Jamestown in the State Consolation semifinals. Stick around, we'll wrap up our Hagen Equipment pregame show and have the announcement of the starting lineups on the floor, and then the opening tip-off between Watford City and Hazen. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on Game Day Media. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Our lives are made up of moments. From first moments, to big moments, to everyday moments. At First International Bank and Trust, we support you with local service and checking and savings solutions to help you reach your goals, shape your legacy, and make your moments happen. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Welcome to the 2026 North Dakota High School Activities Association Class A Girls State Basketball Tournament. This afternoon game features the Hazen Bison versus the Watford City Wolves. It's time to meet our starting lineups, presented by Applebee's. First for the Hazen Bison. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 2, Miranda Mossett. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 3, Macy Nan-Wangin. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Lauren Dahl. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 20, Emily Keller. Starting at 4, a 5'6" senior, number 12, Ava Jungers. The Bison are head coached by Patty Mossett and assistant coached by Zach Hubert and Tasha McCollum. And now let's meet the starters for the Watford City Wolves. Starting at guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 1, Annabelle Hahn. Starting at guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Harley Jacobson. Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 5, Logan Hanna. Starting at 4, a 5'9" senior, number 10, Bailey Matson. And starting at 4, a 5'10" senior, number 40, Miley Rowe. The Wolves are head coached by Thomas Dwyer and assistant coached by Pat Wenget, Sydney Hastings, Riley Fowler, and Trinity Morgan. The officials for this game are registered by the NDHSA and been selected for the demonstration and ability. This afternoon's officials are Coleman Feather, David Jollo, and Chad Palmer. Please direct your attention to center court as the ball delivery is brought to you by the North Dakota Army National Guard. We would like to welcome today's honorary captain, Corporal Patrick Clever, and assistant with James Tanaton. He's the recruiter for Hazen and the surrounding areas.
Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. Big thank you to our PA announcer for bringing us those starting lineups. We've got the National Guard presenting the game ball to our official, and we are just about ready for basketball. This is the Northern States Fishing Tools kickoff. Tip-off. The NSFT is a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. It's between Van-en-Wagen and Roan, and the opening tap is won by Hazen, and they will start with the basketball. Lauren Dahl taking it around to the right side. Top of the key to Ava Jungers. Mossett goes inside to Van-en-Wagen, who spins, passes out to Jungers. On the right side to Emily Keller. Everybody has touched the ball in this first possession of the ball game for the Hazen Bison as Dahl works through a screen over into the paint. Turnaround jumper, no good. Defense from Annabelle Bond, a little bit of help from her teammate and classmate Harley Jacobson, and the Wolves keep Hazen off of the board on the first possession of the ball game.
You could really see a patient Hazen Bison running through their progressions on offense.
And here we have a foul against Watford City on their first possession of the ball game. Their first offensive possession ends up going
Looked like a moving screen on Harley Jacobson.
Yes, so the first foul of the game goes against Watford City. 7:07 to go in the first quarter. No score yet between Hazen Bison and the Watford City Wolves. Hazen in the road green uniforms. And we've got a similar call on this end. Foul against Lauren Dahl.
Yeah, an interesting series of calls, both away from the ball, both offensive for illegal screens.
So 1 minute in, both teams have a turnover, and it was a offensive foul. Here's a great find from Jacobson to Bond, and she missed it underneath. She's not going to get many looks that open.
Annabelle Bond just working off a screen, found herself wide open underneath the basket, and I think she was surprised.
Yeah, more open than she realized. There's a turnover as Miley Roan creates the turnover down underneath the basket as Hazen commits their second turnover of the ball game.
You know, Miley Roan having a great defensive effort last night and starting today picking up right where she left off last evening.
4 blocks yesterday for Miley. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. No score yet between Hazen and Watford City. Bailey Matson hands it off to Harley Jacobson, who drives, and a traveling is called against Harley, and that will be her second turnover there.
Yeah, Harley Jacobson just working her way into the paint and took one too many steps. Bison ball.
Emily Keller over to Ava Jungers on the right wing, outside to Lauren Dahl. This game still looking for its first points as we near the 6-minute mark of quarter number 1. Macy Vanenwagen, second leading scorer on this Bison team, drives, has it wrestled away by Jacobson, and she gets the steal. Not even a tie-up, but a steal for Harley. Here comes Bailey Matson into the front court, right side to Logan Hanna. Long-range 3, short, and the rebound picked up by Macy Vanenwagen. Logan made 3 of those yesterday in the first-round loss to South Prairie Max. Mossett in the left corner to Keller. Outside to Mossett, top of the key, Vanenwagen. They've got 5 out right now, all beyond the 3-point line. Keller, first one to cut through as Dahl passes it over to Vanenwagen. Now in the left corner to Keller. Bounce pass stolen by Harley Jacobson, tipped away, stolen back. Great save by Keller as the teams trade turnovers. Here's Mossett for 3, too strong. Rebound off of Bond, picked up by Dahl. She missed it, but a foul. And we'll have our first free throw attempts of the game with 5:09 to go in the first quarter.
Number 10, Bailey Matson. That's her first.
Matson called for the foul, her first, sending Lauren Dahl to the free throw line.
It's been interesting watching these offensive series. Both teams willing to sit back and run through the progressions on their offense. That's not something we're accustomed to seeing with either of these teams when they played each other.
Salil Shoemaker and Amelia Wisness check in for Watford City. Isabel Smith, the sophomore, checks in for Hazen. Second free throw is good, so Lauren Dahl gets the icebreaker there from the free throw line as Annabelle Braun brings it up the floor for the Wolves. Pass over the left side, knocked away. It is stolen by Smith, and she does save it, and a collision and a foul is going to be called against Bond. A lot of hustle going on there, and just one of those hustle fouls picked up by Annabelle on that possession.
Too many people in a tight space. Interesting to know, it took nearly 3 minutes off the clock before we had our first point in this ball game.
Yes, yeah, and only one. We've only had 1 point so far. These two teams know each other very well. Been probably a little bit tired after yesterday, and so far the defenses having their way with the offenses early on in this one. Nice catch by Dahl. She puts it up and finishes. She gets her first field goal of the ball game, and our first field goal of the ball game for either team. That makes it 3-0 Bison.
Well, two interesting dynamics from last night. You know, Watford City trying to manage a loss, whereas, of course, Hazen was in contest with Kindred trying to win a game.
Yeah, very close. That was a 50-point loss for the Wolves, a 2-point loss for Hazen, but none of those points carry over to today. Everybody starts over at 0 as Matson misses the 3, but she gets a steal on defense. Matson, oh, too much on that pass intended for Bond. Was it deflected?
Pushed out by Lauren Dahl, I believe.
Okay, good eyes there, Ross. So it is the 5th turnover against Hazen. Watford City currently has 3 turnovers, and it is Hazen ball. So 4 turnovers against Watford City.
Guess they're going to say it went off Bailey Matson in the end. Lauren Dahl definitely getting in there, making an excellent defensive play.
Halfway through the first quarter, Hazen leading 3-0. Dahl gives it to Jungers, who drives and scores off the glass. Ava Jungers with her first 2 of the ball game. She played really well yesterday. She had 12 points in that first round game against the Kindred Vikings. A collision and a foul is called against Lauren Dahl as her and Bond both hit the deck pretty hard. And that is her second personal. Ross, what did you see on that play there?
Well, you know, that's something that Annabelle Bond throughout the year historically, taking it to Lauren Dahl, and they just collided.
So that'll put Lauren Dahl on the bench as Hazen gets another steal. Watford City now with 5 turnovers and 0 points right now with 3:30 on the clock in this first quarter. Deep 3, nothing but net from Emily Keller. Wow.
That was way downtown.
It was 32nd three-pointer of the season for Emily Keller. I wonder if your Coach Dwyer might see a timeout being taken here with this first quarter continuing to tick down, and Watford City not able to score a point as of yet. Logan Hanna drives, and she is bumped. She is fouled by Macy Vandenwagen. That'll be her first personal.
Well, historically, what we've seen with Hazen is they're a very physical defense, and we ran into that with Annabelle Bond and Lauren Dahl picking up a foul. Now we'll see Macy Vandenwagen picking up a foul. Very handsy.
Yep, these two teams both play very physical. As Harley Jacobson makes the catch on the inbounds pass, drives down the middle, left-handed floater off the glass, too strong. Rebound by Isabel Smith. Like the offensive woes have continued from yesterday into today for Watford City. After a 9-point first quarter, they only scored 16 points over the last 3 quarters, and so far they've been held scoreless in this first quarter. Jungers has it knocked away by Matson. She runs down and gets it. Passes on the left wing to Miranda Mossett. Lobs it in. Nice catch by Smith. Rejected by Bailey Matson. Rebound saved by Mossett into the hands of Harley Jacobson. Here come the Wolves, trying for their first points of the game. Currently behind 8-0. Nice pass from Matson to Wisness. Extra pass out to Roan to Jacobson for 3. Short. Good offense. Just could not convert. Rebound unable to be saved out of bounds. It belongs to Hazen.
Watford City really moving the ball well there, looking for an open person. Harley Jacobson had a nice look on it, just rimmed off the front.
Really good offense on that possession, but still no points for the Watford City Wolves. They trail this one 8-0. Vandenwagen on the left side to Keller. As we hit the 2-minute mark left to play in quarter number 1. Mossett drives on Wisness. Good defense. Loose ball stolen by Miley Roan. 6th Hazen turnover. A lot of turnovers in this first quarter. Matson with the right hand dribble, gets it across the middle of the floor, gets a screen from Roan, takes it over the left side in the left corner to Wisness. She'll drive, kick it out to Jacobson. She'll try another 3. That one's no good. Rebound could not be saved by Wisness. Wolves still with 0 points.
Well, the Hazen Bison playing Watford City the right way. They're taking away the 3-point shot from Bailey Matson right now with the defense of Macy Vandenwagen. And Logan Hanna is yet to, she's coming back onto the floor. She might be the person that they look to.
Yeah, she made 3 of them yesterday for the Wolves against that top-ranked team in South Prairie Max. There's a 3 attempted by Hazen, no good. Shoemaker fighting for the rebound. She is tied up by Jungers. And the possession arrow favors Watford City.
Yeah, Jungers and Shoemaker, both very scrappy players. Each getting that ball and neither wanting to let go of it.
That's for sure. Here's Logan Hanna. Bounce pass ahead to Annabelle Bond. Nice fast break, but Bond misses, and a foul on the rebound. That's going to be called against Miley Roan, and it's nothing going well right now on the offensive side of things for Watford City.
I'm a little surprised right now with Watford City. They've had a couple of good looks on the offensive end. They just haven't been able to convert those layups.
Here's Roan with a great play on the defensive end. She gets the block. We'll have another jump ball as Jungers and Hanna get tied up. This time it'll stay on Hazen's side of the floor.
Scrappy Logan Hanna. There's no way that she was going to get that ball away from Jungers. but she tied her up.
Forces the jump ball. And another excellent block by Miley Roan as traveling is called against Macy Vanenwagen. Miley really piling up the blocks in this year's tournament.
Yeah,
and
she's really done a nice job defensively throughout the tournament. She's maintained her composure. She's got the blocks yesterday and again today.
Exactly 1 minute left to go in this first quarter. Hazen 8, Watford City nothing. #1 scoring defense in the entire state. Hazen really putting the clamps down on Watford City as Matson tries a three, in and out. Rebound by the Wolves. Jacobson saves it. Gets it back to Bailey. Out to Logan for three. No. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Hazen.
Yeah, Logan Hanna just trying to find her range. First time she's a little to the right of the basket. This time she's just a little bit left. I'd say next time is just going to be just right.
Looks like the Wolves will play this entire first quarter without taking a timeout. We use the quarter break as a timeout for everybody, as the game clock and shot clock are virtually identical. Great steal by Harley Jacobson. And then stolen back by Brielle Selsley, and then she runs into her teammate Macy Vanenwagen, and it's a turnover against Hazen after all of that. Really interested in what the official stats are going to have. Right now I've got 8 turnovers against Hazen, 6 against Watford City.
Well, I can't say Watford City hasn't had their opportunities thus far.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Hazen just hasn't been able to put anything together offensively for a while either.
10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Bond drives, and she draws a foul. This will be a shooting foul with 6.7 seconds left in the first quarter. Just got done watching the 6-7 matchup. Right now there's 6.7 seconds left on the first quarter game clock, and Annabelle Bond breaks the ice for the Wolves by making free throw #1.
If you would have told me that Watford City was only going to put up 1, maybe 2 points before half, I wouldn't have believed it.
Not just the first quarter yet, but yeah.
Excuse me, yeah.
Oh, the free throw was missed, but Bond gets a steal, and then she is fouled, and Annabelle will go right back to the free throw line. This was a non-shooting foul, but it is the 5th foul of the quarter against Hazen. So Annabelle goes right back to the free throw line, and will have 2 chances once again. First free throw is short. 8-1 on your NCC scoreboard. Hazen with the lead.
Watford City historically not a great free throw shooting team.
Annabelle hits the second to make it 8-2 with 2.2 seconds to go. Hazen will not get a shot off, and that will be the end of our first quarter of play. End of 1. NCC scoreboard shows Hazen 8, Watford City 2. We'll be back to Jamestown after this 1-minute timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Well, welcome back to live coverage of the 2026 State A Girls Basketball Tournament. between the Watford City Wolves and the Hazen Bison in this Consolation semifinal. Neither team took a timeout in that first quarter. The fouls reset. The scoreboard shows Hazen 8, Watford City 2. Logan Hanna will inbound for the Wolves. Bounce it in the backcourt to Annabelle Bond. My name is Titus Stenberg. Happy to have Ross Sundin with us here all weekend long. Pass behind Wisnes. Can she save it? Nope. That'll go out of bounds. Turnover number 7 against the Wolves.
Yeah, Watford City can ill afford to get into a turnover contest here. They need to take better care of the ball, get into their offense, work the ball around and try and find some of those open players cutting through the middle like they did in the first quarter. They just need to convert.
Hazen with the basketball for the first time in the second quarter. Dahl on the left side to Keller, bounces it into Jungers, double teamed. Looked like Shoemaker got a steal, but nope, she was not able to, and they did not reset the shot clock. Shot clock is at 10, and then a travel. Coach Patty Mossett pretty frustrated with the way that offensive sequence went, as I now have Hazen for 9 first half turnovers.
Not uncharacteristic for either of these teams to have a lot of turnovers when they play each other, but that's a bit higher number than we've seen in the past.
Both teams right now with more turnovers than points. I think the frustrations from yesterday continuing into today's action as the Wolves turn it over there. It's a steal for the Bison. Dahl ahead to Keller. She gets the screen, passes on the right side to Jungers. I don't know, maybe these teams have been watching rugby a little too much. We're having some low scores here so far today. The three-pointer off the mark for Lauren Dahl. Rugby winning that state qualifying game over Dickinson Trinity by a final score of 29-25. And we're kind of on the pace right now for a similar score in this one, as there is a foul that's going to be called against Bond, and that will be her second personal foul. First foul of the second quarter.
Bond very aggressive on defense. I think she's a little surprised to pick up that call, but there's plenty of contact to warrant the call.
So she will come out. Watford City defensive lineup right now: Jacobson, Matson, Wisnes, Shoemaker, and Hanna. As Lauren Dahl has it for the Bison, double team, passes it up top to Jungers. Left side, Keller, catch and shoot 3 off the back rim. Rebound hits the ground. Smith picks it up, and she is fouled. If that's Harley, that's her second. We'll wait for the official. Is it Wisnes? Amelia Wisnes picks up her first personal, second team foul.
You know, part of what I think we're seeing from these perimeter players is their legs are tired from yesterday.
Yep.
They both had long games in different ways.
Dahl drives, misses, but a foul. And that will put Lauren Dahl at the free throw line. I think that one's going against Wisnes. So 2 fouls in a matter of just a couple of seconds there for the Watford City senior. Dahl to shoot 2.
Lauren Dahl, excellent from the free throw line. Well, actually, I think Hazen as a whole is excellent from the free throw line. We don't want to get in, or Watford doesn't want to get into a free throw shooting contest with the Bison.
Lauren Dahl now 2 of 3, and she has attempted all of Hazen's free throw attempts today, and she makes the second one as well. Hazen 10, Watford City 2, 6:25 to play in this second quarter. Bailey Matson across the timeline, dribble handoff to Logan Hanna, guarded by Vanenwagen. Picks it up after Shoemaker was unable to bring the catch in. Now Hanna on the right side to Jacobson, who drives. Bounce pass through the legs of Miley Ronan, out of bounds. Turnover number 9 against Watford City.
Yep, Jacobson with a one-handed bounce pass with just a little too much on it, a little too low for Miley Ronan to get down in field on the baseline. Hazen ball.
6 minutes to go in this second quarter. It is Watford City trailing 10-2. Three-pointer up too strong from Keller. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Rebound out of bounds, and it will belong to Hazen.
I do not know how Lauren Dahl got that rebound. She had Miley Rowan on one side and Shoemaker on the other, and somehow she came away with it. Didn't get the putback.
Here is Dahl, one dribble and a 3. No, rebound taken by Salil Shoemaker. Salil drives, pass, broken up, stolen. 10th turnover against the Wolves. Here's a kind of a hook shot put up by Jungers, too strong. There goes Miley diving for it, out of bounds. Last touched by Hazen. Good hustle from Miley Rowan across the way.
Excellent hustle from Miley Rowan, just laying it all out there. Literally dove for the ball.
Yeah. Oh, it was last touched by Miley. Official pointed in the other direction, and it is Hazen basketball. And it looked like the Wolves are going to have a steal and a breakaway, but a foul is called on the pass with 5:16 left to go in the second quarter. Hazen 10, Watford City 2. This low-scoring game, the trend has continued.
Logan Hanna had a lot of real estate out in front of her, but Harley Jacobson just got a little too handsy.
Harley goes skying for the block. She didn't get the block, but she, I think, affected that three-point attempt by Mossett from the corner. It fell well short, and Watford City gets the defensive rebound. Looking for some offense. Matson draws a foul. Good play by Bailey.
I think that's what Watford City is going to need to do if they're going to have any success. Bailey Matson has to get involved offensively, and that means if she has to take Macy Vanderwagen down below, she's going to have to do it.
That is the third personal against Macy Vandenwagen as Bailey Matson makes her first free throw. Wolves still haven't made a field goal, but they are now 3 for 5 from the free throw line.
Well, with Vandenwagen on the bench now, maybe Matson will have some offensive opportunities.
And she makes both free throws. We'll see if that can spark the Wolves. Logan Hanna almost stole the inbounds pass. Tips it away. Here comes Smith racing down the middle of the floor. Bounce pass on the right wing to Ava Jungers, outside to Lauren Dahl.
You know, it's one thing you can see with Logan Hanna, just great anticipation. These seniors don't want to go away with a loss in this game.
That's right. Much rather be playing for 5th place than for 7th place. That's what's on the line in this consolation semifinal. Dahl for 3 from the right wing. Good. Lauren Dahl with the Cornerstone Bank three-pointer. Her 48th of the season, making it 13-4. And Matson is fouled again. I think this is a non-shooting foul as Matson was driving into the paint. See who this one is against. Miranda Mossett.
Got Annabelle Bond on the baseline, putting the ball in for the Wolves.
Annabelle has the inbounds pass broken up by a diving Lauren Dahl. Tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with the Wolves. Annabelle Bond will inbound it from the second C in Civic. In Jamestown Civic Center, written out along the baseline. And a 5-second call against the Wolves. A little bit quick from my perspective, but I guess I didn't see exactly when the handoff was made from the official to Annabelle. So a 5-second call is the 11th Wolves turnover. Ball back to Hazen with 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. Hazen 13, Watford City 4. Ava Jungers from the right wing lobs it in to Vandenwagen. She misses. Lauren Dahl puts it up, no good. Rebound by Bailey Matson. Empty trip there for Hazen as Bailey races it up the floor out to Bond. Fakes from the left wing, drives, cut off and fouled. With 4:02 to go in the second quarter, this will be the third Hazen foul of the quarter.
I think Hazen's going to want to be a little careful now too with the fouls.
Yeah. Second personal against Isabel Smith. Both teams with some foul trouble. Wolves have Bond, Jacobson, and Wisness with 2 as that jump shot is off. Hazen has Vandenwagen with 3, Dahl and Smith with 2.
Well, just prior to that inbound, you know, Bailey Matson had an opportunity after the whistle blew, made her basket. I just think she's got the hot hand, and Watford City has to find a way to get her involved.
Deflection by Roan, but Hazen maintains possession. Keller with a deep 3, no. Rebound Smith, no. Rebound by Miley Roan. 2 shots just rimming off for Hazen. Both teams right now just cannot buy a bucket. Here's Hanna for 3 from the left corner. No, off the front rim. Rebound chased down in the right corner by Miley Roan. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves. Bond goes to work. She'll try a 3 from the right wing. Whoa. No. Rebound is going to result in a foul against Salil Shoemaker. Frustrations piling up for both teams.
I understand the Watford City frustration. Annabelle Bond with a 3-pointer got her legs taken out from her at the end. The official didn't see it. She got busy talking, and we had a foul away from the ball.
And that is the 5th foul of the quarter, so Hazen will be shooting 2 on every remaining common foul against Watford City. Smith hits free throw number 1. 14-4. Hazen now with the lead.
Coach Dwyer with his substitutions. Shoemaker and Rowan taking a breather.
Second free throw is short, rebounded by Bailey Matson. Hazen 14, Watford City 4. As Bailey Matson gets it ahead to Harley Jacobson. Back to Bailey, who will drive with a left-hand dribble, right-handed floater, hits the rim twice, falls up. There, Bailey gets the offensive rebound and the putback. At long last, Watford City gets a 2-point field goal, making it 14-6 and a travel at half court against Keller. You know, Ross, despite only one field goal by Watford City, they are right in this ball game.
They are. You know, Watford City, again, just needs to get back into their offense. I think get that ball into the hands of Bailey Matson. She's steady from the free throw line, and she has had a hot hand thus far.
Harley Jacobson inbounds it to Logan Hanna. Back to Matson. Bailey drives, kicks it out to Annabelle. Fakes, pass, picked up by Logan Hanna. A little bit of trouble, and then she's called for a double dribble. Yeah, I think that's the right call. It was just not a smooth transition after the pass. 2:42 left to go in the second quarter. Hazen 14, Watford City 6. Long pass ahead, caught by Isabel Smith over on the right side to Ava Jungers. Back on the right wing to Lauren Dahl. Up top, Smith guarded by Bailey Matson. Pass into the right corner. Jungers for 3. No. Rebound. Bounces up into the hands of Annabelle Bond. Long pass ahead through the hands of Matson. She's able to track it down, and it's deflected away by Jungers. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Watford City.
Good look by Bailey Matson and Harley Jacobson coming in on the left side, but Hazen Bison, salty defense, tapped it out. Watford City ball.
20 on the shot clock, 2:19 on the second quarter game clock. Hazen 14, Watford City 6. Bond inbounds up top to Harley Jacobson, guarded by Mossett, drives, pivots, bounce pass out on the right wing to Annabelle Bond, guarded by Emily Keller. She wants to drive, she does. Left-handed floater from 7 feet away, off the glass and in for 2. Annabelle Bond up to 4 points.
Beautiful shot by Annabelle Bond. Took it in from the right wing, left-handed off the glass.
Wolves are on a 4-0 run. They've trimmed the deficit down to 6, 14-8, 1:49 left to play in this first half. Emily Keller with the dribble, spin move, bounce pass into the right corner to Jungers, who drives. Shot affected by Jacobson. It was no good. Rebound rolling around, picked up by Bailey Matson. Bailey's been rebounding really well through the first game and a half of this year's tournament, and she's got the dribble. Now he gets into the paint, has it taken away. A travel call as her pivot foot drug just a little bit on the floor.
You know, if you're Watford City, you got to be happy right now in this respect. They're getting the ball into the hands of their playmakers. You see Hannah with their hands on the ball, Bond with their hands on the ball, Matson with their hands on the ball. At some point in time, that ice is going to break, and these girls are going to tear loose for the Wolves.
1:26 to go in the second quarter. Hazen 14, Watford City 8. As Jacobson is going to be called for a bumping foul. She went for the steal, but gets called for the foul, her third. And that is the 5th team foul against Watford City. So Emily Keller will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Once again, Hazen in the bonus, just like they were in the first quarter. 10th foul of the half against the Wolves. Free throw too strong from Keller.
Could see Coach Dwyer visiting with the official about the call. It was definitely a reach on this end. I think his frustration was there might have been a reach on the other end.
Sure.
In his assessment.
Yep. Yeah, these officials have a hard job, and they do the best they can, and sometimes different people have different angles than the officials on the floor do, and also a different perspective. As the Hazen trip to the free throw line is split. Keller makes 1 of 2. Here come the Wolves in a hurry. Nice pass from Bond over through the hands of Wisnes, stolen away. And then some contact there. No foul called either way. Hazen brings it up the floor. Dahl lobs it into Jungers. A collision out of bounds, and it'll belong to Watford City. I think either coach is very happy right now. It seems like a lot of contact and no call either direction.
I thought that was a good no call. Hazen frustrated, of course, because the ball went out off a Bison player, and it's Watford City ball.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Hazen 15, Watford City 8. Bond bounces it in to Roan on the pick and roll. She has it knocked away. She goes diving for it. We have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Hazen. Turnover number 14 against Watford City. Keller gets it into Jungers, right back to Keller. 10-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock as Keller brings it into the front court. Still, we have not had a timeout taken by either coach. As Keller has the left-handed dribble, lobs it over on the right side. A collision while we play on, and Hazen maintained possession for now. Keller has it ripped away by Hannah. Jump ball called. Possession arrow favors Watford City.
Excellent defense by Logan Hannah to get in there and tie that up. Watford City ball.
23.3 seconds left to play in the second quarter. NCC scoreboard shows Hazen 15, Watford City 8. Bond gets it into Bailey Matson. Bailey calls out the play and dribbles across half court. Takes it over the left side, lobs it over to Roan. Triple team, passes out of it to Bond. Fakes, drives, kicks to Matson for three. Short, rebound, Shoemaker. Salil puts it up short, and that's the end of our first half of play. It was a defensive battle, and after all of that, it is the Hazen Bison 15, the Watford City Wolves 8. Stick around, we'll be back. We'll have your Nodak Insurance Company halftime show after this 3-minute timeout.
Let's hear it for the Watford City Lady Wolves. Coach Tom Dwyer and his outstanding group of student athletes have battled all season long with grit, heart, and determination. And now they're competing in the 2026 NDHSAA Division A Girls Basketball State Tournament. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, the Lady Wolves have made Watford City proud with their teamwork and relentless effort on the court. The entire community is behind you as you take on the best in the state. Best of luck to Coach Dwyer and the Watford City Lady Wolves.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready, field proven.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Welcome back to Jamestown and welcome into your halftime report. It is brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company. Our mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of our clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service with your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. Recapping the first half of play, Hazen scored the first 8 points of the ball game. Watford City was finally able to get on the scoreboard late in the first quarter with a couple of free throws from Annabelle Bond. It was 8-2 Hazen after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter of play, the defensive slugfest continued with both offenses getting frustrated, and especially towards the end of that second quarter, neither team could just get anything really going at all, and it was a low-scoring second quarter. That's Hazen outscored the Wolves 7-6 to give us a 7-point margin at the break. With both teams in their halftime locker room, the score shows Hazen 15, Watford City 8. Taking a look at the team's stats from this first half, and they illustrate just how much of a defensive battle this one has been, as Hazen was 4 for 23 from the field for 17%, 2 of 9 from the Cornerstone Bank three-point line, 5 of 8 from the free throw line for their first half total of 15. Watford City 2 of 17 from the field for 12%, 0 of 10 from three-point range, 4 of 6 from the free throw line for 67%. Rebounds tied 14 each way, and the turnovers 13 charged against Watford City, 11 against Hazen. Fouls also pretty similar there, 10 called against Watford City and 8 called against Hazen. Take a look at the individual scoring numbers from the first half. Hazen was led by Lauren Dahl. She made 2 field goals, 1 from 2-point range and 1 from 3-point range. She led everybody in scoring with 8 first half points. Emily Keller had 4, Ava Jungers 2, Isabel Smith with 1. For Watford City, Bailey Matson had 4, Annabelle Bond 3. Nope, they messed up on the official stats, Ross. I'm going to go with my scorebook here. 4 for Bailey Matson and 4 for Annabelle Bond. Annabelle making 2 of 4 from the free throw line with 1 field goal as well. So that totals up the Watford City total of 8 points. Miley Roan with 3 rebounds. Bailey Matson with a team high of 4 in the first half. And it was Harley Jacobson, Logan Hanna, and Bailey Matson all piling up 2 steals in that first half. For Hazen, Isabel Smith led the way with 3 rebounds, while Brielle Selsley had 2. And a correction, I was looking at the defensive rebounding category. Isabel Smith and Lauren Dahl had 4 total rebounds each. Brielle Selsley with 2 to lead the way for Hazen. Isabel Smith contributing with 3 steals in that first half. Ross, anything jump out to you, taking a look at the stats or just some first half observations there?
2 things really. We'll see how it plays out in the second half, but Macy Vanawagen, 3 fouls in the first half. Harley Jacobson, 3 fouls in the first half. Either team can ill afford to lose either of those girls. They're just an excellent part of what the Bison and the Wolves bring to the floor. So we're going to have to watch that foul trouble in the second half. The other thing is 3-pointers. If you'd have told me Watford City was going to be 0 for 10 at the end of the first half, I would have been very surprised. If they shoot just 20% from the field, it's a 14-15 ball game.
That's right. Yep. So, and once again, similar to that region championship game in Fort Yates, where Bailey Matson had 2 threes that rimmed in and out and just didn't fall.
Yes, absolutely. So I think Watford City, in order to really have a fighting chance in the second half, they have to come back out shooting, and they're going to have to make some 3-pointers.
They will. Stick around. We'll be back with your third quarter right after this 2-minute timeout.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa.
The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
Our lives are made up of moments, and so many of the most precious moments begin at home. When it's time to unlock your dream home or build a brighter tomorrow, let First International Bank and Trust simplify your journey so you can love where you live and focus on the moments that matter. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to Jamestown. Titus Stenberg and Ross Sundin with you here, providing play-by-play coverage of this state tournament consolation semifinal between the Watford City Wolves and the Hazen Bison, two Region 4 rivals, as Keller starts the third quarter with a bang. Emily Keller from downtown.
Yeah, Emily Keller with another deep three ball.
It's a Cornerstone Bank three-pointer, and Hazen has taken their second double-digit lead of the game. With that one, they go ahead 18-8. Logan Hanna drives, kicks it to Bond. Annabelle got her defender in the air. That was Lauren Dahl. Nice play, but decides to drive, and then we'll find Matson, who scores for two. And Ross, we're seeing some offense in this third quarter.
Both of these teams very capable of putting up a lot of points.
They certainly are, as Dahl goes to work inside as it wrestled away by Jacobson. Jump ball called. Possession arrow is dark.
Watford City ball.
Okay. Ross, you have to do a little bit of everything. You have to do officiating along with being a producer and a sideline commentator and a color commentator and a play-by-play guy. And now we got a false start.
Well, yeah, it is a false start, but it's definitely Watford City's ball.
Not sure what the delay is there. Bailey Matson smiling as she receives the inbounds pass from Annabelle Bond. I think the official said something funny.
Well, I think what happened was at the scorer's table, they switched it too quickly, so then the official thought a mistake had been made.
It was completely dark when I looked over there when the initial jump ball call was made, but I think we got it figured out. Here goes Matson driving and drawing a foul with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Bailey will have two more free throws. She's leading Watford City with 6 points so far today.
You know, I really like to see that out of Bailey Matson early here in the third quarter. A lot of games are won and lost in the third quarter, and she's definitely taking senior leadership role and going to do what she can to get her Wolves back in this game.
Foul goes against Ava Jungers, number 12 for Hazen, picks up her first foul of the second half. Bailey Matson makes both free throws, and she's got 8 points to lead the Wolves. And the Wolves on another 4-0 run, the second 4-0 run they've had so far in this one. You currently trail it on your NCC scoreboard by a score of 18-12.
Another fun matchup to watch here. You got Macy Vannewagen and Bailey Matson.
Yep. Over to Jungers, inside to Dahl, trouble making the catch. It's knocked loose in the corner, stolen by Logan Hanna. Another steal for Logan Hanna. Annabelle Bond drives, kicks, Matson, catch and shoot three. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will belong to Hazen. That one could have cut the lead in half.
Yeah, Bailey Matson had a nice look, but let's go back to that hustle play by Logan Hanna down in the corner.
Yeah.
She threw it back into Annabelle Bond, wisely took it up on the left-hand side and found a wide-open Bailey Matson, just couldn't convert from the baseline.
They also called a foul on that rebounding sequence there against Miley Roan, so she now has 2 personals, first foul of the quarter against Watford City. Dahl. Into Van den Wagen, series of moves, kicks it out to Jungers. Ava drives into a double team, shot goes up, no, but a foul. A late whistle, there was some contact. I'm not sure if it'll be Bailey Matson or Miley Roan. It goes against Bailey, and that will be her second personal free throws for Hazen.
I think she's a little surprised by that, thinking maybe Miley Roan had picked up that foul, but irrespective of all of that, Watford City, again, can't get lazy on defense, and that's sometimes what happens. Those arms start coming down on top of a player. I think if she'd have kept her hands straight in the air, there'd have been no call.
Jungers misses the first free throw. Her second one is good, so she splits a pair to end the 4-0 Watford City run and make it 19-12 Hazen with the lead. Watford City with the basketball, Salil Shoemaker and Amelia Wisness on the floor for Watford City. Matson in the corner to Bond, dribbles it out to the left wing. Now she will drive. Nice screen by Wisness out in the right corner to Matson. Extra pass to Hanna for 3, no. Rebound taken by Macy Van den Wagen. Macy averages 9.5 rebounds per game to lead this Hazen team. She lost the dribble. It goes near the backcourt. It didn't go into the backcourt though, and Hazen maintains possession. Pass left side, Keller catch and shoot 3. Off the back rim, rebound off of Shoemaker, and it'll stay with Hazen as they'll get a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, that's a rare miss for Salil Shoemaker in terms of rebounding. The ball just passed through her hands and out of bounds. She had excellent position on the baseline, just didn't field the ball.
Isabel Smith checks in for Hazen. It's the Bison 19, the Watford City Wolves 12. 5 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Dahl floater over Matson, no. Rebound tip controlled by Annabelle Bond.
I do not know how Annabelle Bond gets those rebounds, but she does.
She drives, steal, stolen away by Jungers. Hazen coming the other direction. Keller on the left wing. Gives a ball fake, drives, lost it out of bounds. It will stay with Hazen, tipped away by Matson. 4:41 to go in the third quarter. Hazen 19, Watford City 12. Inbounds pass caught by Macy Van den Wagen, who tries a 3 off the rim of the backboard, no good. Rebound to Shoemaker. She wants to run. Pass deflected by Van den Wagen. A loose ball right in front of the Watford City bench. And what's the call down there, Ross?
Looked like it was out of bounds. Should be Watford City ball.
Looking through about 3 or 4 bodies there, and I couldn't see where the ball went or what the call was. So no foul, just a out of bounds play. The shot clock is at 29 as Watford City gets it in with Logan Hanna to Bailey Matson. Spin move, shot up, swish. Bailey playing really well in this third quarter. She's up to 10 points, and she's doing it from the mid-range.
Excellent footwork by Bailey Matson, just working the pivot, turning around and getting a nice fadeaway.
Wolves within 5, now 19-14. Hazen is led by 10 at a couple of junctures. They're trying for it again, and that will help. A 3-pointer from Emily Keller. My goodness, she's got 3 threes so far today. That makes it 22-14. Here's a 3-pointer from Harley Jacobson, short. Rebound by Macy Van den Wagen. Timeout. We've got our first timeout of the ball game. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, and we'll take it with 3:44 to go in the third quarter. Your NCC scoreboard showing Hazen 22, Watford City 14. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to Jamestown. We want to thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering spirit runs strong. Located on the west side of Watford City. Open year-round, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Ross, have you had a chance to visit the Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum out there?
I have. It's absolutely fantastic, and I'd encourage anybody in western North Dakota to swing in, say hi.
Yes, yep. Any time of year, whether it's summer, winter, fall, or spring, you got a lot to check out both inside and outside there at the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. Here is Hazen having the ball out of the timeout. Vandenwagen had a good look at an outside jumper, couldn't knock it in. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Hazen.
Yeah, ironically, that's the same jump shot that she made in Hazen against Watford City to turn the score in the Bison's favor in their win. Second game of the season.
Here comes Bailey Matson into the front court, hands it off to Salil Shoemaker. Right side to Harley Jacobson. Wolves down by 8. Here's Matson for 3. Off the front rim, off the back rim, no. Offensive rebound by Amelia Wisnes. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves. Jacobson out on the right wing. Guarded by Vandenwagen, drives to the left elbow, gets into the paint, stops, spins, bounces it over to Hannah. Her floater off the glass, spins out. Rebound, Macy Vandenwagen.
Here they come.
4-on-2 fast break. Pass a little bit behind Smith. She gets it back, bounces it. It's stolen by Logan Hannah. Fast break the other way. Hannah's pass is broken up. Stolen by Hazen. Back and forth we go. It's a track meet right now. Lauren Dahl will slow it down for Hazen. They lead it 22-14. 2:35 left to go in this third quarter.
Lauren Dahl wisely setting up her offense. Just didn't have the numbers.
And I was running out of breath just calling it. I can't imagine what running back and forth that many times would be like. The shot missed by Vandenwagen. Rebound to the Wolves. Steal by Dahl, and she draws a foul. I think they're going to get Salil Shoemaker for a shooting foul there. And Hazen will have some free throws with 2:18 left to go in the third quarter.
Salil Shoemaker looking a little frustrated there. There wasn't much she could do. She did what she could, and Lauren Dahl picks up a foul and goes to the line for the Bison.
Lauren Dahl at the line, in and out on free throw number 1. She missed her first free throw, then she made 3 in a row. She scored 8 points, including 1 Cornerstone Bank three-pointer. Right now the scoreboard remains Hazen 22, Watford City 14. Second free throw for Lauren Dahl is good. She hits 1 of 2. She's up to 9 points, and it is a 9-point Bison lead.
Well, I know Shoemaker was frustrated by that foul, but as it turned out, she only gave up 1 instead of the sure 2.
And look at this, Bailey Matson with the take, the drive, she scores, it counts in the foul.
It was a big possession for Watford City. They don't want to let Hazen get too far out in front of them. Bailey Matson going to the line for the old conventional three-point play.
Foul whistled against Isabel Smith, her 3rd personal and the 2nd team foul of the quarter. Bailey Matson completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Wolves back to within 6. At 23-17. Keller from the left wing gets a screen, and there was 2 collisions, and one of them will result in a foul away from the ball, I think called against Miley Roan. 3rd personal. It's a defensive foul, non-shooting foul. So Hazen will inbound. Jungers gets it into Lauren Dahl. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hazen 23, Watford City 17. Steal by Bond. She's fouled by Lauren Dahl. That will be her 3rd personal non-shooting foul here. Watford City fans wanting like a clear path foul or something like that, that to my knowledge does not exist in high school basketball. So it'll just be a common foul.
Never hurts to ask, Titus.
That's right, yep. Bailey will inbound it to Annabelle Bond. You can tell that these players are familiar with each other as Annabelle drives, hangs, and is fouled. That time she will get free throws.
Right, I can tell you right now, Hazen's not going to give up anything easy underneath.
Yes, and both teams, they don't mind physical play, and neither of these are going to be intimidated by each other, and they're just going to go right at each other for the final 1:48 of this third quarter and all of the fourth quarter. And who knows, we might need overtime in this matchup. 4th matchup of the season between these two familiar foes. Second free throw in and out, so 1 for 2 trip for Annabelle Bond, makes it 23-18 Hazen. 1:43 left to go in quarter number 3. Dahl drives, shoots, and scores.
Yeah, you don't want to give away the baseline to Lauren Dahl, and that's what happened there. She just cut the corner and got around Amelia Wisness for a layup.
25-18, Hazen with the lead. Offenses both picking up speed in this third quarter after a low-scoring first half. Bailey Matson gets a screen from Roan on the left wing to Annabelle Bond. She will launch a 3 over the top of her defender, too strong. Rebound by Macy Vandenwagen. Hazen in a hurry. Pass left side to Keller. She's made a couple of threes in this third quarter to help her team hang on to the lead. 1 minute left to go in the third. Bison up 25-18. Jungers tries a 3. That is good. Off the backboard. And Ava Jungers, with a smile on her face, goes back to play some defense.
No, nobody more surprised than Ava Jungers that she banked that one in, but it looked good and it counts for 3.
And it's a Friday afternoon. Offensive foul called against Wiley Roan. It's a Friday afternoon, so of course the bank is open for that cornerstone bank three-pointer by Ava Jungers. And we've got a timeout. No.
Substitution coming in after the offensive foul.
So Roan will pick up her 4th personal, and that is the 5th team foul against Watford City. That was just a turnover, so no free throws yet, but every foul from here on out in this third quarter. Offensive foul called this way against Emily Keller.
I was waiting for that. She pushed off 2 times coming up the court, and they finally caught her.
Watford City basketball. Logan Hanna will inbound it with 34.1 seconds left to play in quarter number 3.
Keller just trying to create a little separation from this smothering Watford City defense.
And a turnover there. It looked like Vandenwagen and Matson got their feet tangled up, and it's a turnover against the Wolves.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate turn of events. Bailey Matson getting her feet caught up.
So the shot clock turned off. Emily Keller passes it off to Macy Vandenwagen at the hash mark on the far sideline. Vandenwagen jump stop shot up, no. Rebound by Salil Shoemaker. And here come the Wolves. 7 seconds up ahead. Jacobson makes the catch. Shot up, no. Rebound Wisness up, yes! With 2 seconds left in the quarter, and that is how the third quarter will come to an end. Offensive rebound on a putback for Amelia Wisness. We have played 3 quarters in this 4th matchup of the season between Hazen and Watford City. At the end of 3, it's Hazen 28, Watford City 20. You're listening to the state consolation semifinals on GameDay Media and Dakota Country 96.1. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. We got a good game, 28-20. Hazen Bison, Watford City Wolves. Watford City with a little momentum going into the 4th quarter. A great hustle play by Amelia Wisness to put back in. Take the Watford City Wolves within 8 of the Bison.
Thank you very much, Ross. 8 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter of this one. It's been a battle. Miranda Mossett coming out of the Hazen huddle with some cotton or a Kleenex stuffed up her right nostril. It's been a physical game out there. Hazen with a basketball and an 8-point lead as we get the 4th quarter started. The start of the quarter brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. Isabel Smith pass broken up by Wisness and stolen, and then a traveling is called. So a turnover both ways, and it'll be Hazen basketball with 7:43 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Excellent hustle play by Wisness. Just couldn't get her feet underneath her before she fell to the ground. Picked up a travel.
Smith, cross-court pass, left side, Mossett for three. No. Rebound by Salil Shoemaker. It's stolen away. Smith, no. Rebound tipped high in the air. Shoemaker wrestles it away, is tied up by Jungers. Possession arrow, Watford City. Yeah, that right there is Hazen versus Watford City, Ross.
It sure is. Well, it's just a scrum for the ball underneath the basket. Salil Shoemaker coming out underneath. If I'm playing Rover, Red Rover, I want her to come over.
Yeah.
She's a baller.
And a multi-sport athlete. So athletic, so much fun to watch. These sophomores on this year's team, Harley Jacobson, Annabelle Bond, and Salil Shoemaker, will be the cornerstones of next year's team as they try and fill the shoes of this senior class who has led them to the state tournament, including Logan Hanna, whose three-pointer is blocked. I believe that was Miranda Mossett who got a fingertip on that shot attempt as Lauren Dahl brings it into the front court for Hazen. Bison still leading 8-8, 28-20. 6:51 left to play in quarter number 4.
Yeah, a lot of time on the clock yet. You know, if you're Watford City, you don't want to get in too big of a rush to get some of those threes off. You want to run through your progressions.
Van den Wagen down to Jungers, broken up, knocked loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with Hazen. The shot clock is down to 8.
Yeah, Watford City playing pretty salty defense right now. This is a big possession for the Wolves. If they could get a stop here and come back the other way, they'll draw some momentum.
Dahl dribbles it, finds a spot open for three. It's good. Huge shot by Lauren Dahl. She's got 14, and the Bison lead 31-20. Annabelle Bond drives, kicks it out to Harley Jacobson in the corner. Harley out to Logan. She'll try to answer with a three for the Wolves. Nothing but net. Logan Hanna for three.
Beautiful shot for Logan Hanna. If they could get her heated up, it could be a different game.
Timeout on the floor. It's Hazen 31, Watford City 23. And we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to Jamestown. Bison up 31-23. We've still got a long ways to go in this one. Hazen has led from the very beginning, but Watford City not going away.
No, they're not. If I'm Coach Tom Dwyer, I'm talking to my girls about finding a way to get Bailey Matson matched up on Macy Van den Wagen, see if they can pick up a fourth foul and maybe get Hazen back into a little bit of foul trouble going into the latter half of the fourth.
Hazen ball out of the timeout. As Emily Keller drives through traffic, lost the dribble. Lauren Dahl, right place, Van den Wagen, excuse me, right place, right time, picks it up and draws a Watford City foul against Harley Jacobson, and that's Harley's fourth personal.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that at halftime. You know, Harley Jacobson and Van den Wagen each with 3, now Jacobson with 4.
Van den Wagen in the paint, working against Logan Hanna. Almost got tied up by Jacobson, but she was able to maintain possession and get it up top to Miranda Mossett, and she is fouled. We'll see if they get Wisness on the initial contact or Jacobson on the secondary contact. It isn't going to go against Wisness. I think that's the correct call there.
For sure.
Yeah. Third personal.
It looked a little bit like human Plinko there, just bouncing off people.
Hazen ball with an 8-point lead in this state tournament consolation semifinal. Dahl over on the left side to Miranda Mossett. Looks inside, passes outside to Van den Wagen, right side to Dahl. Hazen patient right now, gets it back to Dahl. Along the baseline to Mossett, long range 2, spins off. Rebound Dahl, no. Rebound will result in a jump ball. Mossett and Matson with the simultaneous possession, and the arrow favors Hazen, so Watford City will have to play some more defense with 32 on the shot clock, 5:27 on the game clock.
You know, I'm not sure how she does it, but Lauren Dahl really has a nose for the ball underneath.
Vanenwagen tried a reverse layup, left it short. Rebound, Bailey Madsen. Bailey working on a double-double here tonight. She has rebounded very well, and she leads the Wolves with 12 points. Here she draws a foul on the drive across the way. It's going to go against Emily Keller, her third personal. First team foul of the fourth quarter. 5:16 to play in the ball game. As Madsen catches and shoots a three, no. Rebound, Vanenwagen. Wolves really struggling from deep. Just one made three-pointer so far tonight. Vanenwagen, right-hand layup on the other end. Up and good. And that's Macy Vanenwagen's first points of the game.
Well, nobody does it better than she. She just got baited the defender into it. She did a little hesitation move and blew around her for a layup.
Bond left side to Shoemaker. 4:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Shoemaker in the left corner to Madsen, who gets a screen, drives. The seas parted a little bit there, and Madsen hits the floater. She's got 14. Russ, I blinked, and there was an open shot for the Wolves. They have not had many of those, and give Bailey credit for knocking that one in. Wolves sticking around. It's Hazen 33, Watford City 25 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. 33-25, 4:35 left to play in the fourth quarter. Ross, the Wolves had an open shot on the last possession.
Boy, they sure did. You know, they looked at Bailey Madsen over on the left wing, and Amelia Wisnes came over and set a screen, and she just parted the defenders and found herself wide open the lane for a nice floater. Brings the game back to 33-25.
Once again, we want to thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum for sponsoring Game Day Media all season long. And check them out on the west side of Watford City, where pioneering spirit runs strong.
This is a big defensive possession for, or offensive possession for Hazen, defense for Watford City. They could get a stop here and bring the game within 6.
Lauren Dahl lobs it over at the top of the key to Vanenwagen. Back on the right side to Dahl. Shot clock down to 12. Ball poked away over Media Row's table. And that's going to take a long roll with 4:17 left to go in the fourth quarter. Everybody gets a chance to reset. It'll be Hazen ball with an 8-point Bison lead.
Yeah, quick-handed Annabelle Bond. She's just been so good tonight.
Inbounds pass caught by Mossett at the top of the key, left side to Vanenwagen. Shot clock down to 5. Right side Mossett. She'll launch a 3 in and out. Rebound Miley Roan. Over to Annabelle Bond, midway through quarter number 4. Hazen 33, Watford City 25. Annabelle Bond, guarded by Lauren Dahl, gets a screen. Passes left wing to Bailey Madsen. She will drive. Bailey around to the elbow, outside to Roan, who dribbles once, drives, and gets tied up. Possession arrow favors Watford City. Let's see. What's the call?
Thought it was a jump ball. And the possession arrow says it's Watford City, but we've got Hazen ball, so...
Hazen ball. There must have been two officials with different calls, and it's Hazen basketball. Was it travel?
Fourth foul on Keller.
There's an illegal screen against Keller, either before the inbounds pass or just as the inbounds pass was coming in. So a couple of turnovers there, one against both teams. It's back to Watford City. And the possession arrow still does point in favor of Watford City. So the next held ball, it will be Watford City basketball. Jacobson out on the left wing to Annabelle Bond. 3:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Hazen up 33-25. Watford City with the basketball. Jacobson over to the top of the key. Crossover dribble. Gets into the paint. Pivots. Spins. Bounces it out to Roan at the top of the key to Hannah. Guarded by Jungers, drives floater from the free throw line to strong rebound, tipped by Roan, and she runs it down. Offensive rebound for Miley Roan. Pass over the head of Bailey Madsen and a turnover.
Well, to anybody listening, if you're a little confused before when Keller got our offensive foul and we had the exchange of possession, if you were here, you'd also be confused. We really don't know what happened exactly.
3:13 to play in the fourth quarter. Hazen 33, Watford City 25. Oh, a dangerous inbounds pass and good recognition by Coach Mossett to see that could have had a turnover written all over it. This timeout brought to you by LPL Financial with Shiloh Chavez. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. 3:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hazen has now spent 3 timeouts since halftime. They're down to 2 remaining. Watford City has 4 timeouts left. The Bison break the press, get it into the front court. Vanenwagen drives into the right corner, drives along the baseline and draws a foul. Will it be Matson or will it be Roan?
Oh,
Miley.
That's her fifth, I
she
believe.
is fouled out. Yep. So Miley fouls out with 2:58 left to play in this fourth quarter. Wisness will replace her.
That's a big loss for Watford City. Miley Roan's had an excellent game tonight.
Vanenwagen makes free throw number 1. 34-25. Second free throw on its way. That one is good. It's been a quiet night offensively for Macy Vanenwagen, but she's got 4 points, and it's a 10-point Bison lead. The clock is not the friend of Watford City right now as Bond finds Jacobson, dribble handoff to Matson. Bailey takes it over to the left side. She'll take a 3, no good. Rebound, Jacobson tried to save it, couldn't, and it'll belong to Hazen.
Yeah, 2:38 left, a 10-point game. Watford City timeout.
Timeout on the floor. The lead is 10 for Hazen, and we'll be back for more from the state tournament right after this 30-second timeout.
Our lives are made up of moments, and so many of the most precious moments begin at home. When it's time to unlock your dream home or build a brighter tomorrow, let First International Bank and Trust simplify your journey so you can love where you live and focus on the moments that matter. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
Welcome back to Jamestown. It is a 10-point Hazen lead, 35-25 on your NCC scoreboard. As Jacobson drives, shoots, misses. Rebound results in a collision and a held ball called. Possession arrow favors Watford City. Bond and Vanenwagen with the simultaneous possession there. Deficit remains 10. It's been at or near this for much of the game. Watford City has climbed to within 6 many times. 4 once. Here's Jacobson faking a 3 in the corner to Wisness, who takes a 3. Too strong. Rebound wrestled away by Harley Jacobson, and she draws a foul. More hustling from Harley. And Harley will get 2 free throws here after that play, as she just wanted the ball a little bit more on that particular possession.
She did. They gave that foul to Mossett, her second foul.
And the 3rd team foul of the quarter. First free throw good for Harley Jacobson to make it 35-26.
Every trip to the line counts now.
Hannah and Matson trade places. Hannah goes in near the free throw on the free throw lane as the second free throw is good. Make it 35-27. Hazen breaks the press, but Keller had it lost. And Wisness gets the block of Ava Jungers. What a play by Amelia Wisness. Here come the Wolves. Ball ahead to Jacobson. She went for the fake and lost it on her way up. Stolen by Lauren Dahl. Pass ahead, Jungers, good. And that's a huge swing in momentum. Instead of the Wolves getting a shot up, making it a 6-point game, Hazen capitalizes on the other end and goes back ahead by 10. Jacobson drives, Wisness, short range jumper off the front rim, rebound to Hazen. And Bond goes for the steal, but got a little more of Van Wagen than the basketball. And that is the fourth team foul against Watford City in the fourth quarter, and I believe the third personal against Bond. We'll wait. Correction. Macy Vanenwagen called for the foul. And Ross, I'm a little bit confused again. Did you see something that I wasn't looking at?
I did. The official out near the half-court line made the call, and he was not in a good position to make that call. The official underneath had a better line of sight and waved him off and called the Vanenwagen foul. Now they're still having a conversation. 1:41
to go in this fourth quarter. Scoreboard shows Hazen 37, Watford City 27. And I'm not sure what this officials discussion is now going on at the scorer's table. And now if they change it, yeah, they reiterate what they said earlier.
Yeah, Macy Vanenwagen picks up her fourth foul. And that was the right call. We had a different angle.
So it's Watford City ball after all that. Bond to Matson, back to Bond. Shot up, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Vanenwagen. And it will stay with Watford City. 1:37 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wolves with the ball, down by 10.
Yeah, big possession for the Watford City Wolves right now.
Jacobson catch and shoot three. Swish off the inbounds pass. Give Bond the assist. Jacobson, the cornerstone bank three. And while I was writing that down, there's a foul against Annabelle.
Yeah, quick foul. Watford City obviously going to have to make a couple fouls here so they can get Hazen to the line eventually.
That is Annabelle's third and the team's fourth. Here's a drive, a layup, no, but a foul against Bailey Matson as she fouls number 10, Lauren Dahl. And Dahl will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Trying to add to her 14 points so far tonight. It's Matson's third personal and Dahl's first free throw is good.
Yeah, 15 out of 38 Bison points for Lauren Dahl.
Second free throw, good. 39-30. Hazen the lead, Watford City the ball. Matson across half court. Gets a screen from Wisness, finds Bond, who dribbles over to the top of the key. Annabelle with the left-hand dribble, now switches to the right-hand, drives, floater up, good, off the glass. Annabelle up to 7 points. Timeout, Watford City.
Excellent move by Annabelle Bond.
And that makes it a 7-point game. It's Hazen 39, Watford City 32. We'll be back for more from the State A tournament in Jamestown after this 30-second timeout.
Let's hear it for the Watford City Lady Wolves. Coach Tom Dwyer and his outstanding group of student athletes have battled all season long with grit, heart, and determination. And now they're competing in the 2026 NDHSAA Division A Girls Basketball State Tournament. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, the Lady Wolves have made Watford City proud with their teamwork and relentless effort on the court. The entire community is behind you as you take on the best in the state. Best of luck to Coach Dwyer and the Watford City Lady Wolves.
Welcome back to Jamestown. Titus Stenberg and Ross Sundin with you here as we near the end of this Consolation semifinal. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Both teams are in the bonus for the rest of the ball game. 1:11 to play in the fourth quarter. Hazen leading at 39-32. Ross, what do you think the message is from either of the coaches here during this timeout?
Well, if you're Tom Dwyer, you're telling your Wolves, we're down just 7. We've cut it. It's the closest it's been for some time. move the ball, get a nice shot on the perimeter. If you're Hazen, you say don't turn the ball over.
It will be Hazen ball, and they get it in to Lauren Dahl. That's probably exactly who you want. Oh, wide open is Vandenwagen. She makes the catch, and she makes the layup. Great recognition by Dahl. Give her the assist, give Vandenwagen the basket. Hazen goes up by 9. Matson for 3 from the right wing. Too strong. Rebound by Vandenwagen. And she traveled. False start there, too.
When I looked up, it was just like a fullback coming through the line. She had her arms around the ball, and it's coming right at me.
54.3 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Hazen 41, Watford City 32. Annabelle Bond inbounding from the baseline. Lobs it in to Harley Jacobson. Harley puts her head down and drives. Kind of a flat-footed layup, no good. A collision on the rebound, and it is controlled by Hazen. Long pass ahead to Jungers, out to Keller. And Hazen with a 9-point lead will start playing keep away, and now a foul is given by Logan Hanna, and that will put Vandenwagen at the free throw line. And Vandenwagen has had an excellent fourth quarter. She didn't score through the first 3 quarters. She has now scored 6 in this fourth quarter. First free throw off the mark. She will get one more with 38.2 seconds left to play. Hazen leading Watford City 41-32. The winner will play against Rugby in the 5th place game. The loser will play against Devils Lake in the 7th place game tomorrow morning. 10-point lead for the Bison. Bond, dribble handoff to Logan Hanna, crossover dribble, and she draws a shooting foul. Logan will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, there's no quit in these Wolves, and Logan Hanna really exemplifies that. She's a gamer. She's going to play right till the last minute.
Foul is against Ava Jungers, her second. Free throw up and good for Logan Hanna. Makes it 42-33 Bison. Second free throw, too strong. Rebound by Vandenwagen. And Bond goes for the steal, pokes it away to Dahl, and then Bond still fighting for it. It rolls out of bounds, a foul against Vandenwagen. That'll be against Logan Hanna, and more free throws coming with 19.2 seconds to go. And it looks like Hazen is going to make it 4 in a row over Watford City this season. Hazen came into the record of 22-3, with 3 of those wins coming against coming against Watford City for Hazen, as Vandenwagen makes her first free throw attempt here. 19.2 seconds to go. Second free throw short. Rebound Bailey Matson. Bailey off to the races down the middle of the floor. Crossover dribble as it knocked away. Keller picks it up with the steal. And there's the foul with 10.3 seconds to go, and the Hazen Bison can feel it.
From the line for Bison, number 12, David Jungers.
10.3 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter, as the first free throw from Jungers is up and no good. She'll get one more. 43-33. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Logan Hanna. Logan stop and pop for 2. Short rebound results in a held ball. 1.4 seconds left. Possession arrow favors Hazen. And it will be Hazen basketball.
I do.
Hazen inbounds it, and that's it. This one is all over. Final score of this consolation semifinal: Hazen 43, Watford City 33. Stick around. We'll have the Johnson and Sundin post-game show from Jamestown right after this 1-minute timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Jamestown Civic Center. Ross is down on the floor. He is caught up with our first International Bank and Trust player of the game, Lauren Dahl. Ross, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. I'm down here on the floor with Lauren Dahl, our first International Bank and Trust player of the game. Lauren, great game this evening. Tell me a little bit about it.
It was great. We came hard. This is our 4th time playing. It was a lot. They're a good team, but now it's a 4P. So I'm glad we got it to them.
Tell me a little bit about your legs. They tired after last night's game and then this afternoon?
Oh, for sure. We came in knowing that our legs would be jello, but we wanted to win so bad. We wanted it bad. So we came in hard and confident, even though, yes, our legs are very tired. It was a good game last night.
Well, you're a warrior. Great game today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Titus, Lauren Dahl, our first International Bank and Trust player of the game.
Thank you very much, Ross, and we'll just keep it right down there with you. Go ahead and get some coaches' comments from Patty Mossett.
Titus, you can look right at me. Titus, I'm down here on the floor with Patty Mossett. Patty, Titus had a visit with you pregame. You were a little subdued. It sounded like you lost your voice from last night. Tell me, how's it feel now?
Well, I don't have more voice left. It's a good feeling to win a game in the state tournament, even if it's to the rivals down the road. It was a little nerve-wracking. To be honest with you, I was nervous the championship game to try to beat a team 3 here, let alone 4. So I didn't expect it to be a scoring game because, again, we know everybody's tricks and they know our tricks, and so it just comes down to lucky breaks one way or the other and who's got a little more gas in the tank.
So what is this going to tell us about the Hazen Bison tomorrow? You're going to have the brunch game, we call it. Breakfast and basketball, you've got the brunch. What do you do with your girls between now and tomorrow to get them ready?
Well, to be honest with you, we'll probably feed them some protein and electrolytes. We'll throw a little plug here. The North Dakota Beef Commission was our team sponsor this year, and they gave us some money for beef. So I guess we'll be doing that, loading up on some protein and getting some electrolytes, hopefully to get a little rest. And we'll come back and see rugby. We saw those guys the day before the regional tournament. Is it rugby? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, we saw those guys 2 days before the regional tournament and lost to them. So maybe we can get a rematch and, it comes out better the second time. We'll see.
Titus, I'm with Patty Mossett. They'll be our Regional 4 representative in the Consolation Championship tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Ross. Great job down there on the court with some First International Bank and Trust player comments and our Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City coaches comments as Hazen picks up the win here in the state consolation semifinals. So once again, your First International Bank and Trust player of the game is Lauren Dahl. Those First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and our customers. And there you have it. A happy sideline across the way wearing green as the Hazen Bison pick up their 23rd win of the season. And like Lauren Dahl mentioned, their 4th win against the Watford City Wolves. We're going to get Ross back to the table. We're going to get settled in. We're going to try to finish up all of our sportscaster math here. And we'll have the rest of your Johnson and Sundin post-game show from the Jamestown Civic Center. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
This is life.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Welcome back to Jamestown as we put a wrap on our second Consolation semifinal, the second game of the day, the second game for us here at the Jamestown Civic Center. Consolation semi number 1 went to Rugby as they defeated Devils Lake in a dramatic first game. And in the game that we had that just went final, it was Hazen defeating Watford City 43-33. Recapping this one, Hazen scored the first 8 points of the game in a very low-scoring matchup. It was 8-2 Hazen after 1. Second quarter, the offenses didn't really pick up on either side for much of that second quarter, with Hazen outscoring Watford City 7-6. It was a 7-point lead for Hazen at halftime. They led it 15-8. In the third quarter, both offenses went into double digits, with Hazen extending their lead by 1. As they outscored the Wolves 13-12. They led it 28-20 after the third quarter. Then in the fourth, Hazen got the scoring started with a three-pointer to go up by 11. They continued to go back and forth, with much of the fourth quarter being right at a 10-point lead for Hazen. The fourth quarter was their highest scoring quarter of the game, as both teams ended in double figures, with 15 for Hazen, 13 for Watford City. They combined for 28 points in that fourth quarter to give us the final score today of Hazen 43, Watford City 33. With the win, Hazen improves to 23-3 overall. With the loss, Watford City drops to a record of 19-8. As Ross mentioned, Watford City will be playing in the early game tomorrow. They will play at 10 a.m. and their opponent will be the Devils Lake Firebirds. So we will be on the air at around 9:30 with the pregame, and the opening tip-off will be at 10 a.m. Hope you can join us tomorrow morning for that one. Then Hazen will play in the 5th place game, and that is going to be a defensive battle between Hazen and Rugby for the Consolation Championship, as the Bison take on the Panthers for 5th place. So we will not have the play-by-play coverage of that 5th place game, but we will have the 7th place game and the championship. So stick around. We'll have you covered at the beginning and the end. We'll have the bookend games there. We won't know who's playing in the championship until late tonight after both semifinals go final. But it will be the top 4 seeds playing in the semifinals tonight. And we will have the championship game. Whoever the combatants are, we will have it for you on Game Day Media. Let's recap the stats from this one. First off, for Hazen, 12 of 44 from the floor for 27%, 6 of 17 on their Cornerstone Bank three-point attempts, and they were 13 for 22 for 59% from the free throw line. Watford City went 10 for 43 from the field for 23%, 2 of 22 from the three-point line. Now it's a tough number and a tough way to try and pick up a win, only making 2 out of 22 3-point attempts. They were 11 for 15 for 73% from the free throw line. Pretty good number there for Watford City's free throw shooting this evening, but not enough to get the victory against the familiar foe, the Hazen Bison. Taking a look at the other stats in this one, we had an exact tie in the rebounding category. In the first half, both teams had 14 rebounds. In the second half, both teams pick up 16 rebounds. So we end the game with 30 rebounds each direction. And looking a little deeper into it, they were even tied on offensive and defensive rebounds. 9 offensive rebounds for both teams, 21 defensive rebounds for both teams. And that gives you a sense for, I think, how well these two teams know each other and how even this game was played. Just the difference was the shooting from Hazen is slightly better than Watford City on this particular afternoon. The turnovers pretty even as well, but Hazen did create a little bit of separation towards the end. 18 turnovers against Hazen, 23 against Watford City. Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers from this one. Our first International Bank and Trust player of the game, Lauren Dahl, led everybody with 16 points. Emily Keller joined her in double figures with 10. Keller making 3 3-pointers. Macy Vanenwagen was held scoreless through the first 3 quarters, but she scored 8 points in the fourth. Ava Jungers scored 8 points tonight, and Isabel Smith had 1 for Hazen's total of 43. For Watford City, the Wolves were led by Bailey Matson. She scored 14 points this afternoon. Annabelle Bond chipped in with 7 points. Harley Jacobson 5, Logan Hanna 4, and Amelia Wisness with 2 for Watford City's total of 33. Leading rebounder for Watford City was Salil Shoemaker with 8 rebounds. Bailey Matson had 6. For the Hazen Bison, Macy Vanenwagen finished with 10 rebounds. Lauren Dahl had 5. Dahl also had 3 assists. Annabelle Bond led the Wolves with 2 assists. Amelia Wisness and Miley Roan both had 2 blocked shots on the defensive side for Watford City. Well, Ross, the game was lower scoring than I expected, but 2 familiar opponents. They knew each other's plans. They knew what they were going to try to do. You could tell that these two teams are very familiar with each other.
Well, you sure could. I would say that if I'm Coach Dwyer and Coach Moss, that I'm just so happy with my team and the effort that they put forward tonight. Granted, they didn't reach their averages in terms of overall team scoring, but I think that's a big reflection of the grind from yesterday. And when I watch those players out there, there's really no way of measuring other to say heart, and they had a lot of big heart tonight on both sides.
They certainly did. They left it all out on the floor for the 4th time against each other. For Watford City, it was the 27th game of the season now, so they'll play in game number 28 tomorrow. And Hazen will take a 23-3 record with them into the 5th place game. So Watford City will tip off at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning against the Devils Lake Firebirds. We hope you can join us then if you can't be here in person at the Jamestown Civic Center. Well, a lot of thank yous to give out. I want to thank all of our sponsors, especially our premium sponsors, RTC, NCC, and the McKenzie County Public School District number 1. Thank you for all of our sponsors for making the broadcast of these games possible here at the state tournament and throughout this busy basketball season. We want to thank everyone here at the Jamestown Civic Center. They've been great hosts and very gracious and hospitable here at this year's state tournament. First time state tournament that I have done a game from here, and so far so good. And we're halfway through the tournament. We've got 6 more games to go, and the 2 semifinals tonight, and then all of the placing games will be tomorrow. Once again, we'll hit the air at 9:30. Go ahead, Ross.
I just want to give a shout out to Lauren Dahl. I had a chance to visit with her at the end of the game, of course, the first International Bank and Trust player of the game. Just a wonderfully exceptional lady. Earlier in the year, I interviewed Macy Vanenwagen. She was our first International Bank and Trust player of the game in Hazen, and I can't say enough about the character of those young ladies, and really excited about Hazen Bison basketball.
Yeah, and they'll get a chance to end the season with the win. They're going to have to earn it. That Rugby Panther team isn't going to give it up to anybody. They're going to make any opponent of theirs work very hard. They've played 2 tough games through the first 2 rounds of the tournament as well. They've put a big scare into the second-seeded Thompson Tommies and ended up losing that one by 3. Then they bounced back today with a good win over a rival of sorts for them, too, in the Devils Lake Firebirds. There's not a lot of geography in terms of North Dakota geography between Devils Lake and Rugby. You know that area well, don't you?
Well, you go from the geographical center of North America just a little bit to the east, and there you're in Devils Lake. So Lake Region country meets the center of the world, or the North America.
Right, and that was a win for Rugby in that, our first consolation semifinal of the day. Once again, the final score of our game, it was the Hazen Bison 43, the Watford City Wolves 33. Thanks for joining us. Want to thank our entire crew. Some of them were working remotely today. David Peterson and Randy Peterson, thank you for all that you guys do and for the opportunities that you give all of us who work for Game Day Media. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And I want to thank Mr. Ross Sundin. We've done 2 games together here at the State. We'll have 2 more games tomorrow. We'll look forward to that. And we'll be back on Game Day Media tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Until then, this is Titus Stenberg signing off from the Jamestown Civic Center. So long, everybody.
The telecast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, Northern States Fishing Tools, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, NCC, Mackenzie County School District 1, TNT Measurements Incorporated,
Town Square Media, 96.1 FM.